Cheers.
Cheers.
Kanpai.
Kanpai imasho.
We're doing coffee instead of beer
Yes.
or whiskey.
I
Your
think
normal choice.
It's more healthy.
Yes. I'm also trying to drink less, so I'm happy to use coffee. Yeah.
It's better. It's for the best. So I have my tea too.
It looks like beer.
It's not.
Do you guys do morning beer in France?
It can happen. It
Yeah.
can happen like during the festival or even when I am with my friend for the weekend. So yes, we can do that kind of things for the morning. It's, you know, it's a launch the day.
What's the go-to beer in France?
The go-to beer?
Yeah, like what beer do you drink the most, would you say, when you're with your buddies?
Wow, it's a tough question because we have a lot of kind of beer. And we are near to Germany, Belgium, so there is a lot of kind of beer that we can drink. In fact, we change a lot.
The Belgians say they have the best beer.
Maybe it's true. Maybe it's true. So yes, in fact, I met a guy in Tenerife. You know?
The islands for Spain?
Yes, exactly. And that guy was with his girlfriend, and they were in a bar, and they were saying like, oh yes, Jupiter, you know the brand, the name of the beer.
No,
Jupiter.
I was thinking of the planet.
They say yes, it's the best beer, but in fact it's like Kirin in Japan, you know, like it's not a really flavor beer, or else it's really it's something that they drink a lot in the bar, and it's a really I can say like widespread beer in the country. Yes, like easy to drink, really easy to drink.
But Kirin's really good.
In fact, yes.
You like it more than acai.
Yes. In fact, I compare, and right now it's like I'm drinking the hazy IPA.
That's good.
Yes. So the one of the months, like of the kisetsu, the season.
Okay.
So yes, that's nice.
Flavor of the month.
Flavor of the month.
Summertime.
But it's crazy refreshing to see IPA in Japan. You know, like it's a little bit not unnatural, but not really. I can say like mizurashi.
It's kind of rare.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. We're gonna have a lot of Japanese in here.
Sorry for the listener. Can we say that?
Yeah, no worries. So Teddy-san.
Yes.
Can you give like a little background on yourself? Because I know you, living with you, and 8 or 9 other people in the sharehouse in Osaka, Japan. So I've been here about 2 months, and we instantly became close buddies. And now you're leaving soon.
Yes, true.
Sad. But like, where are you from? Like, what are you doing in Japan? How long have you been here? Can you just give me some like background?
Okay. So first of all, yes. So yes, I come from France. I think we can heard it by my accent.
Yeah.
So yes, I came to Japan like last year in September. So it's more or less. So yes, tomorrow it's like 10 months.
Okay.
So I arrive in Japan, and I'm living my best life.
Really?
Yes, I really like this country. So yes, for me it was like a big dream to come here.
Why? Because most people would visit for 2 weeks or something,
yes.
And you moved here.
The thing is like, I don't know for you, but for me, there is some country that you want to go and visit, just visit. Like, you know, like spend some time here, maybe 1 or 2 weeks or maybe 3, because it's really far. Like for instance, I went to Mexico last year and I spent 3 weeks there because from France it's really far. So if you go there for 1 week, it doesn't really worth it. But Japan, I cannot really explain why, but I wanted to have the full experience, to know, you know, like what you can, like, how can I say, like, yes, to live as a Japanese, and to know, you know, like taking the train every day, and you know, knowing that feeling, and yes, I wanted to live that, and you cannot do it uh, if you don't live in the country directly.
Maybe for a couple weeks, but to really become a local, you have to live
Yes, exactly.
and work here.
But for instance, like yesterday, I was with my colleague. Like I have a lunch with them, the barista. Yes, because I work in a coffee in Amemura in Osaka. And yesterday was a little bit like the last lunch we had together, so it was really nice. And we talk about the differences between Japan and France. And in fact, there is something like, for instance, the food, like, oh, we share the food, that kind of things. If you don't really live here, it's a little bit complicated to know it, to have that kind of experience. Because Japanese people are like, I think it's not really a cliche to say that they are a little bit shy, and it's a little bit complicated to maybe to make some Japanese friend here, but it's completely possible, like because there are as many Japanese than people. Like for instance, if you compare with the US or even with France, there is a different type of personality.
Mm-hmm.
And it's exactly the same here. So some people are really, I can say, warmful.
Yeah, warm.
Are
Friendly.
really warm, and some people are more, cold, and it's more complicated to get into them.
Yeah.
And yes, so that's the things. And yes, so we are talking about this, and we were saying like, yes, so you live in Japan, so you can have that kind of experience, but it takes time.
Yeah. I think when you travel here, you only meet other foreigners, and it's hard to meet Japanese people, if only briefly. But you want to make friends, Japanese friends, that takes time, and you need to be physically here for a stable period.
Yes, and also you need to speak Japanese.
Yes. Yeah, and you've studied Japanese hardcore, and in the short time you've been here, you have awesome Japanese, and you're always speaking Japanese.
Really nice.
And we have Japanese roommates, you're always speaking Japanese too. Anyone who can speak Japanese, you're using it, so it's cool. And
yes, I try to do my best, yes, because I really want to learn that language. So yes, I try to do my best to improve in Japanese. It's not easy every day, because you really need to do it every day if you really want to improve. Like consistency is the key. But yes, even now I think that like for instance, I can see the difference when I speak, for instance, with the sharemates here, because maybe they try to adapt their level with mine, so it's more.
they're very nice.
Yes,
Yasashi.
really nice. Yasashi, and they really try to adapt their level in order that we can better understand what they are saying. But for instance, yesterday, when it's full of like Japanese people, of course they are using their native language, so you can see the gap.
Okay.
And sometimes I'm completely lost. Like you're like,
Yeah.
wow.
Because they're talking so fast?
First of all, like they are talking fast, and they are using one that for them maybe is like basic words, but for us it's a little bit complicated.
Yeah. If
And
you hadn't learned it before.
Yes. And yes, I think also the speed changed a lot of things.
Yeah.
It's really hard to get the things. Yes, it's really hard.
But a lot of people move to Japan, more and more so every
Yeah.
year. Like you said, in France, the working holiday visa is now maxed out.
Yeah.
They're on a waiting list.
Yes.
So there's a bunch of Europeans here, especially, and people that spend a year here, but they don't have the same level of Japanese that you do in less than a year. So what's the difference? Because a lot of people come here, oh, I'll just live in Japan and I'll learn Japanese, which is a lot of people's goal, but not many people do it just from living here.
Okay, wow, it's a tough question. The first things first, I think it's because I didn't start Japanese when I came here. I started before, and I have some basics before coming here. And like when you are speaking French, or I think English is kind of the same, Japanese is a completely different language. So you know it because you speak Chinese. So you know that the grammar, everything is completely different than our native language. It's not like for us learning, maybe for you it will be easier to learn French maybe, or maybe Spanish for us, or you know, like Latin language for French people. I think we can, if I spend maybe 6 months in Spain, I will have a better level in Spanish than my like current Japanese level, for sure, because it's more easier to get into the language. I think so. So first of all, yes, I learned before coming in Japan, and after I just yes, try out like as much as I can, and also like practicing a lot.
How did you study before you came here?
By myself with the we have that chance, but maybe you have more resources in English. But in France, like maybe 10 years ago, or maybe a little bit less than that, there is or I can say former, if I can say that, former Japanese students that are speaking really great Japanese, and he became teacher on YouTube.
Okay.
And so he launched his own YouTube channel, and his name is Julien Fontanier. And that guy are making like a lot of video about the basics of Japanese, but the way he's teaching Japanese are really easy to catch.
He's using French.
He's using French,
okay.
yes. So for us, is really convenient, because like that's a big things in when we learn Japanese, is like there is like just a few resources in French to learn Japanese. Most of the time it's English and Japanese. So that means if you really want to learn Japanese, you need at least to speak a little bit English.
Yeah.
It's mandatory. Mm-hmm. But for us, of course, it's more easier to remember some word when they are wrote in French. Mm-hmm. Because of course, yes, if we learn with French resources, we are going to remember a bit better, I think so. And
so most of your studying was through YouTube before you got here?
No, I start with YouTube because
okay.
It's really easy. You know, you just launch the video, and you take some notes if you are really you know, like into it. So me, it's exactly what I did. So I have my notebook, and I wrote everything to, you know, to keep the things because the big problem with YouTube is like most of the time you just watch the video and you just say, oh, you let it there, because you know that you can go back and see it again. But in fact, I think it's a good habit to take the notes and having it in a book. And if you say, what is that, you know, like grammatical construction, you can really easily find it in your notebook. It's more easier.
You need to review.
To review too, yes. It's more easier than watching, I don't know, like 4 hours of YouTube video. Yeah. You have just the book and everything, like the. So yes, it's the way I did, and after just by book, like all the resources on internet.
Textbooks like Genki.
Like yes.
Dekiru.
So me, it was more a Shinkansen Master.
Shinkansen Master.
Yes.
That sounds dope.
Yes, for me, it's one of the best series.
Okay.
So it's really nice series to learn Japanese. Because they are really straightforward. You know, I'm really. I think that we are all different to learn something, like everything, language, mathematics, physics. We all have our own way to, you know, to remember the things. Me, I need something a little bit straightforward. You know, like I want to know exactly, you know, like to have the main points, knowing what it means, putting in my flashcard, and I can review it. Some people, maybe they need more
theory,
explanation. Yes,
abstract.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They need to really, you know, like to have more explanation. So if you are like this, maybe Shinkansen Master is not a good book for that. Maybe Nihongo Somatome, it's better for that, because you have like, it's more, the book too is more, I can say, can say Benkyo friendly, like to learn.
Study friendly?
Study friendly, yes.
Yeah.
Because you have some picture, you have, it's a little bit more.
But for you, you want like the practical, just tell me
Yes.
what to say and I'll say it?
Exactly.
You don't need to know why and the theory and...
Of course, I need it too. But for instance, I prefer to search by myself because most of the time, I don't know, like, for instance, for each point, before ChatGPT was released, I came to a lot of websites, and for each point, I wanted to find the best way, or can say, like, it's a little bit complicated to explain, but I mix a little bit the different websites because they all have their own way to explain, and I try to make my own course.
Okay.
Yes.
Did you make the course?
Like, yes,
I want to take this course.
I mean, like on my notebook.
Yeah.
So I wrote the things that, like, I wrote my own things. I try to appropriate. I think for me, it's one of the best way to learn when you really try to, just not copy paste. You try to appropriate the things by yourself, and by that way, I think you can remember better.
Yeah.
It's my way. Maybe it doesn't work for other people, or maybe it takes too much time. I don't know, but it's the way I do.
Mm-hmm. You make it your own.
Yes.
Yeah. So you were really motivated to learn Japanese.
I don't know why, but yes.
Even before you came here. Did you decide to come here and then you started learning Japanese, or did you start learning Japanese and then you decided to come here?
No, it's like it's
Because I know a little bit about you, having known you for 2 months. You had like a life in France. You had a killer job and like an apartment and all that. And then you got the working holiday visa to come here for a year, and now you're leaving, but you're gonna come back. Like you really want to stay here longer. So like I'm trying to understand like what pulled you here, because it's one thing to visit, it's one thing to move here, but a lot of people just go back within a year.
In fact, it was my plan. In fact, it was my plan. Yes, like when I came in. Yes, just in September, and I wanted to stay only 6 months. But yes, I just fell in love with the country because yes, I think like there is too much things that match with my personality, and I work. So I didn't work as an engineer here, but I work like in the coffee and also at the expo. So I work with Japanese people almost every day. I used to work. And so I know like how the way they are walking, and in fact I think it's really much my personality. I'm like this, so of course there is a lot of drawbacks, and but for me it's completely worth it. Like if I compare with France.
Well, what did you fall in love with here that you say matches your personality? Because some people come to Japan or move to Japan, they complain. They're like, oh, it's hard to talk to people, there's too many rules, it's too quiet, there's so much pressure, there's too much work. Like they have a lot of complaints about Japan. At first they're like, wow, everything's amazing, I love the food, oh my God, matcha lattes. But then when they're living here and working here, then they start shutting down a little bit, and that's why a lot of people leave after a year.
Yes.
So what do you love about it that makes you want to stay and come back for longer?
Wow. I think first of all, I like the way I like the rule. So that's a first
You like the
point.
rules?
I like the rules.
Really?
Yes. I think that's why maybe I was quite good in school and everything, because I always follow the rule.
You're a good boy?
Yes, I think so.
You don't come off that way. You don't seem like
really
that.
wise, And so that's the first point. Like I like the fact that people follow the rule. So first things, like of course if you like if you speak with other charmates here, they will say, oh, like waiting at the red light every time, like it's really, like mendokusai, like I don't want to wait.
Very annoying.
Yeah, very annoying. Like I don't want to wait that much. And you know, like it's better when I came to France, for instance, you have the red light, but you don't care because you're crossing the road, and you know, like yes, you don't really care. But here, like most of the people, and we are in Osaka, so Osaka is like kind of like no, like the city where people don't really follow the rule in Japan. But if you compare with any city in France, I can tell like they are really following the rule. There is no problem for that. Yes, sometimes they are crossing at the red light, like you know, big things for for them here. But yes, so first things I think is like I like this environment,
Mm-hmm.
and yes, the way they are doing the things. So like the way they are doing the things, like you can see it for example, for all the administrative things. They keep, in fact, the system. You know, like everyone have this picture of Japan in mind, like it's a really developed country. That is completely true, but a little bit futuristic country. For me, it's not at all. Like for me, it's a country that are stuck in the 80s. Really, like for if you see the clothes of the girl in the streets, I don't know what you think about that, but sometimes you're like, wow, you know, it's really old-fashioned style. Mm-hmm. I feel it, you know, like the broderie. I don't know, like you see, like you know that kind of socks, really. Like you know, maybe my grandma was wearing that kind of things, and here is like the young generation are wearing that because for them is a little bit fancy, you know. Mm-hmm. And so yes, so for the clothes and also for the administration, because I think they are a little bit scared of the changements of yes, of the transformation. For instance, in France, we are a little bit pushing for the digital things. So now most of the administration things we are digital. You know, like you can do everything on internet. Here, everything is paper. You need to go to the sharehouse, to the city hall, to make your things. Like everything is like this. But it works. It works, and it's worked really well. Like you go there, you're not going to wait for weeks to get what you want. You just wait, okay, maybe 2 hours, and when you leave, everything's done. It's really, really efficient. So for this, okay, maybe it's a little bit old-fashioned because everything is paper and so on, but it's really efficient, and I like it. So the way they are doing is a little bit, you know, like, okay, maybe we are not going to change everything, but we keep that you know, like the things that are working. Maybe in France we are a little bit, you know, we are going to change even if we are not ready for it. And sometimes, yes, it doesn't work. Like for instance, in France there is a big topic about, you know, like the administration things on internet, because a lot of old people that are not really used to internet, they are not really, you know, like they don't even know how to use a computer. And now they don't have the choice. So they need to pay people and to ask to the family to come for the, you know, like for the taxes and everything to help them, because they are not independent anymore because of the internet. And here, I think because also it's a whole country, if they do that, like half of the population cannot are going dependent of someone.
That's true.
Yes. So maybe that's why they are thinking in that way. Maybe they are respecting a lot, you know, like the old people, and they are respecting a lot, you know, like we can stop the sentence here. They are really respectful here.
Super respectful.
Yes.
I think that's why the society works so well, and people follow the rules. It's so safe and maybe efficient.
Yes, the safety too. Yes, it's a point too.
Yeah.
So everything. So for all of that point, I think I fell in love of the country. It's really convenient too.
Yeah.
It's really, really convenient.
When you said the future thing, I was thinking about cash, how you have to have cash
Yes.
here. And so many times you can't use your card. Even at the grocery store, I can't use my card. I have to use cash. It's so annoying. And my friends came to visit from Taiwan, and they didn't bring enough cash. And like it was like a pain in the ass to get more cash. And they had to rely on me to use my ATM thing. And yeah, if you come to Japan, bring enough cash.
Yeah, bring cash.
Bring more than you think, because you're going to go shopping like crazy.
But even for instance, the ramen shop, you have that
The machine?
and you need to put the cash in it to get your tickets and after to order. So that's crazy that,
That's right. They have a big machine
yeah,
to take your order, but it won't accept card.
No.
So you're still using cash.
still using
The
cash.
same
yes.
effort they put into making a machine, they could have just used the little card kiosk to beep.
And sometimes happen if you go a little bit in the countryside, there is some machine that accept only specific kind of
Oh, the coin. There's
the
one
coin-
machine that won't take the new coin. It'll only
exactly,
take the old coin.
exactly, yes.
And it's so annoying.
Like you need to use the old one. Yes, crazy.
It's like, okay, this is $1, and then you have $1, but it's like, no, not that dollar, another dollar,
Exactly.
a different dollar.
So this is yes, but it's a little bit, it's make like that country charming, and that's crazy that the young generation are not, they. I'm really wondering that. Maybe you have this, in the US, but the gap between the old generation and the young generation, like in France, the old generation are a little bit, they don't really understand the young generation. Like the TikTok, the Instagram, and all that kind of things. Like, of course, they are using it here a lot, but the way they are living in Japan, like for instance, the clothes they are wearing, like doesn't, like I didn't see that much difference between the old and the new generation. So I'm really wondering what the old generation in Japan are thinking about the young generation.
Yeah.
I'm wondering that. Because in France, I can tell you, like, oh yes, they don't want to work now,
The young generation is very different.
Yes.
Yeah, jumping generation. Even from our own generation, like the millennials, going to Gen Z, you can see
Yes.
the difference. You can
Yes.
feel it too when you talk to them. And I almost don't understand them. I feel like I'm an uncle, But here,
And you are.
I am an uncle.
And you are right now.
But I see what you mean. That here the differences, the gap is way smaller here in terms of understanding culturally.
Yes.
Because maybe they respect the elders and they respect tradition, and they're a little more conservative, rather than like let's change technology, transformation, like full speed ahead. Yeah.
So yes, I'm really wondering that. At the same time, yes, so they try their best to keep that image of a future country. So they try to develop things because the company are really, you can say like, are really in a good health. Like if you see Toyota, like all the Japanese company, because they are self-centered. Like, like the Japanese people are consuming Japanese things.
Okay.
And I think that's why maybe the company is still, like we can say, of course they are exporting a lot of stuff, but Japanese people are really into the Japanese things.
Yeah, there's a lot of domestic.
Yes.
Yeah, so the companies are super successful because they're feeding this country that has plenty of people, high consumer.
If you look at the car, for instance.
Yeah.
Like, yes, of course, you can see some Mercedes, Audi, maybe sometime, but it's a little bit rare. It's not really, it's not something really you are going to see often. Maybe 90% of the car in Japan are Japanese car. So in France, we have it's like a mix of course, we're in Europe, so we are consuming Spanish, Italian, German, we are consuming a lot of different kind of brand of cars, so makes sense.
Same with video games, anime, music
too,
and food too.
I was so surprised that because at the expo I work at the Barbados pavilion,
and the expo's the World Expo in
World
Osaka.
Expo. Yes, sorry.
A bunch of countries have pavilions or booths that showcase their country, their culture, technology.
Exactly.
And you work there.
And I work there, yes.
For Barbados.
For Barbados, yes. French
Of
guy
all
in
places.
Barbados. And like Rihanna come from Barbados, and when I was trying to, because some of them are asking, oh, what is famous in Barbados, because they don't even know the island. Like, I can understand because it's a really small one in the Caribbean Sea. So yes, I can understand that for Japanese people it's a little bit far and they are not going to know that island. And I said, oh, do you know Rihanna? who? And I was like, but Rihanna, she's a really famous singer.
Yeah.
And no, they don't even understand. No, Rihanna.
Do you start singing songs to see if they know?
No, because
Shine bright like a diamond.
I think they don't want to hear me sing. You have that privilege, but
I've heard you sing some karaoke.
So, what?
I've heard you sing some karaoke.
So yes, I'm not really good at it, in fact, but I do my best.
We have a good time though.
Yeah, we have a good time.
And that's all that matters.
But yes, I was really surprised of that. Like Rihanna is really famous.
Yeah.
Like in the whole world, but not in Japan.
Yeah, and also for food. Like I asked Japanese people what food they like, and some of them travel, been to Thailand and other Asian countries, and they still think Japanese food's the best. Like they need Japanese food. Like, what's your favorite food? It's always Japanese stuff. For me, coming from America, I'm like, oh, I love Japanese food, Chinese food, Thai food, whatever, Italian food. But for them, they're very ethnocentric. Like, I like Japanese cars, I like Japanese music, I like Japanese food.
But they have that kind of island mindset.
Yeah.
I think so. It's like, it's a archipel. Can you say that? Like in
Archipelago?
Archipelago. So it's not an island in fact, but the mindset is really look like they're living on a small island. Yes, exactly. That's everything about the island. They really want to, yes, everything that are going to be made in Japan, they are going to consume it. They are really, yes. In France, in fact, we support, but it's small initiative because it costs so much money. So people prefer to go to to buy the for instance the made in China things or the made in Asia in general. Made in Vietnam, Bangladesh, or else because it's cheaper. And but in Japan, yes, they really want to consume made in Japan things. It's crazy to see that.
I want to go back to you moving here.
Yes, sorry, yes.
Like
Drift a lot.
You decided to move here because you thought this was you've been to many countries, but this was a country that you're like, I want to live here and really experience the culture, not just visit.
In fact, I didn't went to a lot of country. Of course, in Europe it's really convenient to move because thanks to the Schengen area. So it's really, just with your ID, you don't even need a passport. You can go to Italy, Spain, Portugal, Germany, a lot of country. So yes, I visit those countries. After that, I didn't travel a lot. But I don't know, like Japan, for me, before coming, I already known that I will like the mindsets here. And I just wanted to come to confirm a little bit that. But not with that mindset, like not with that idea in mind to say I will stay here longer and I will come back and I will, I just wanted to have the experience here. But when I came here, it was, I can say, out of my expectation. I have some expectation, but you can be disappointed, or it was exactly the opposite.
Okay.
Yes, I was like, wow, it's even better than what I thought. And yes, so that's why I really want to stay here. But in fact, the more and more I talk also with international people, because there is a lot of Asian people here. I want to to travel in Asia too, as you did.
Because you meet people from Vietnam, Taiwan,
exactly, Taiwan,
China,
Hong
you
Kong,
name it,
yes,
here.
And I want to, I want to see also those countries because it's really interesting. But I think that I was always being attracted in Asia country, because yes, like I like like I want to visit as much country as I can, but. Asia, yes, I always been really attracted in this country.
Yeah,
if you have to
That's
do a
why
list,
I'm here too.
yes.
But I started with China and Chinese, but you went straight to Japan and Japanese.
Mm.
Would you have any advice for people that not just want to visit Japan, because that might be easier, buy a plane ticket, show up, but to move here? Because as a European, you can get a working holiday visa for a year.
Yes.
But for me, I couldn't do that.
Mm.
I can only get like 3 months at a time. Do you have any advice for people, not just like the logistics, but maybe just expectations you should have before you move here?
What do you mean exactly? Like what they can do before, or what they
Yeah, like how do they prepare mentally?
like
for
if they want to
Japan?
move in Japan?
Yeah.
It's really basic things, but for me, speaking Japanese, it's really like, you know, even now, I feel more confident with my Japanese now, but even now, sometimes I'm completely lost, and but in fact, Japanese people are nice. You know, they are going to maybe some of them are going to re-explain maybe in a other way, with other word, enable for you to understand. Some people are not doing that at all. That's why sometimes it's a little bit complicated if you ask because some of Japanese people, when they look at you and they see that they need to speak English with you, they feel scared.
Yeah.
Directly, and they're like, I will manage this situation. And for them, it's really frustrating, because I think they want to help you, but because they are not able to speak English quite good, that they feel uncomfortable. And even sometimes, when they just see that you are a stranger, even if you are able to speak Japanese, they have exactly the same feeling. And you need to reassure them and say, Nihongo de daijoubu desu. You can say like, oh, you can speak Japanese, it's fine. You know, like, and so yes, but speaking Japanese, I think it's one of, but it takes time, of course.
It takes a long time.
And
you can't just learn by being here. You have to study it.
Yes.
You know,
be focused. For me, like, I'm 100% sure of that. As a, like, French people coming to Japan, if you don't study Japanese, just staying in Japan, don't expect to improve your Japanese. Of course, you are going to learn some words that you can use in the daily life, like daijoubu,
no problem.
Like yes, that kind of easy word, but you are not going to reach any level of Japanese. You need to study it.
Yeah, the grammar is so different.
Yes, so different.
So to make a full sentence, you have to really work on it.
And maybe for English people, it's maybe more easier, because like there is some word like the katakana, like so those words that are coming from English. Mm-hmm. So sometimes you can try, like to use some word, like to, yes, maybe it will work if I use that word, like, communication, like that. Yes. Kind of.
A lot of words I don't know the Japanese word for, but I'll say the English word with a Japanese accent.
Yes.
And then sometimes it works.
It works.
You'd be surprised how often it works.
Mm. So yes, you can try this. So maybe for English people, it's a little bit more easier, because you have that how can I say, advantage.
Yeah, katakana.
Yes, they are using a lot of word like this, but yes, maybe it's a really basic answer. Sorry.
Noto.
Noto.
For notebook.
Yes.
What else do they have?
Oh, they have pen.
Yes. That's a good one.
Pan.
Well, pan is bread in like the Latin languages. Pan.
Pan. You don't say pan.
No, we just say bread.
Yes. Maybe it's French.
Yeah.
Latin. What do you say? Wisuki.
I'll never forget. I had a Japanese teacher, and I was talking about life, and I was like, I don't know how to say it in Japanese, but comfort zone. And she's like, oh, comfort zone. And I was like, fuck, why am I studying this?
But even sometimes, like for the N3.
What is the N3?
Yes, sorry. It's like the test. Like it's called the Japanese language proficiency tests. So you have different level. From N5 is for the beginner. Yeah. And N1 is really when you are fluent, like to test your level of Japanese. So in fact, it's not like the TOEIC. You know the TOEIC, for instance, if you know the TOEIC, like you're just going to get a score at the end of the test. So the TOEIC is an English test, and at the end you just get a score. So you cannot really fail or pace.
Okay.
But the GLPT, because you choose a level, you need to reach a score, and if you don't, you are going to fail the tests. So you need to choose the appropriate level according to your knowledge and your skills. And so the N3 is the intermediate level. They call it the conversational Japanese. So N5 and N4 it's for the beginner, let's say. N3 is like intermediate Japanese. N2 it's business Japanese, and N1 is fluent Japanese. Like
Okay.
you are speaking really fluently.
So N3 would be you could make friends, you can live
Yes,
here.
you can speak about more or less everything. But if it's a really technologic, or even like for instance, if you talk about politics, maybe you are going to need the N2 things. If you want to go deeper, you can speak in surface. You can talk a little bit about it. You are going to struggling a little bit, but you can speak about it. But if you want to go deeper, you need business English, business Japanese.
And that would be N2. N2 would allow you to work here
Yes,
professionally?
exactly. Most of the time, all the company ask for the N2 at least. So N3 is not sufficient to enter in a really Japanese company. Most of the time, they are going to ask for N2 because N2 is really your. But maybe if you reach the N3 and, for instance, in my case, you are engineer and you are really, you know all the vocabulary about your work, your work. Even if you don't pass the GLPT N2, and you can show like proof that you are able to speak about those topics, maybe it's fine.
In the interview.
In the interview,
Yeah.
yes.
But for most people that want to just be able to live here, talk to people, make friends, N3 is probably a good goal.
Yes,
for the
yes. N3
JLPT.
is it's a big goal. It's
It is big, so it's
yes.
hard.
It's hard. It takes time.
Yeah.
But you know, I think you don't need to reach like. It depends what you want to do in Japan. But even N5, in fact, if you have the N5 is like you know the basics. So at least you are able to make some sentence. You know some words, so you can speak about really the basic things. So it's a good point. You know, I think whatever the language, if you know, like if you are able to say some things and a little bit able to, because I came with the N5 here in Japan, and in fact it was really, really useful, you know, just being able, and I made a trip,
Took a trip.
I took a trip in Korea during my stay in Japan, and I know nothing about Korean. Like maybe
It's hard.
감사합니다 and 안녕하세요, like thank you and hello, you know, and you know, just the fact that going to the convenience store, and talking with the cashier, and you know, like you want to speak, you want to ask the things, but you know nothing. It's the worst feeling ever. I hate that feeling. And you know, when I came back to Japan, even if my Japanese level was not that high, I was happy to know at least those, you know, those few words to help me to, you know, like to be understand.
Yeah, to say, I want this.
Exactly.
Bag, please.
Exactly. You know,
Time to go,
even
yeah.
if it's not a full sentence, you can express a little bit yourself. It's so convenient. So even N5, because N3 maybe, if you don't have the time, like if you are working by yourself, and you know, we know how it is. For instance, in France, I have my work. You come back the night, you need to make food. You are maybe a little bit tired of your day. You are not going to study for 3 hours. You can do it. You know, it's possible if you are really, if you have a mindset really strong and you are really into it. But even with the patience and everything, because I think I have kind of like a patience for that. So that's why I managed to stay constant. But even if you have that, it's complicated by yourself, like just with the books to reach the N3 level. That's why if you came with the N5, at least you have the basics. And after to learn to level up, it's more easier because at least you know a little bit how the grammar works and everything.
You got to start somewhere, and that would give you the foundation to step up from.
Exactly,
Once
but you need the
get
foundation.
here.
If you don't have the foundation, for me, it's impossible to level up your level. It's not like, as I said, like Spanish. If you go to Spain, we have exactly the same construction. French and Spanish is exactly the same. So even if you don't know, you already know your construction, so you don't need to relearn. English is a little bit different because the construction is a little bit, so we need to learn. So like maybe I made a lot of mistakes right now, even by speaking, because I have some lack of knowledge of the English grammar. So I need to go back. So that's something that I want to do too. Maybe after the GLPT, go back also to English to improve and make less mistakes in English, because I know that there is some construction, something that like I didn't really I can say I can do better. I can improve.
Yeah, but no, that's good advice to focus on getting N5 before you come here, and then working from there once you're here. So some preparation before you come.
I think GLPT is a really good way to, I can say, to study, because it gives you some a red line.
Oh,
I
see.
Yes.
So it tells you like, here are the basic words you need to learn for this level.
Exactly.
Versus when I have a dictionary, there's thousands of words. I don't know which ones they use or which ones are most common that I should focus on. But JLPT breaks it down for you.
Exactly.
That's a good advice.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's a good one.
Well, you have the JLPT test for N3 this Sunday.
This Sunday,
and
yes.
I see you studying hard, doing flashcards, everything. So what's next? Because now you're going to leave our share house after being here almost a year. What's next for Teddy-san?
What's next? Okay, I will travel a little bit because I travel, of course, in Japan in 10 months, but I stay a lot in Osaka.
Because of work?
Because of work, and also because I wanted to have that kind of experience. I wanted to live that, like living as a Japanese, as I told you. And now, yes, I will, like switch a little bit because I know that I have that chance to have like almost 2 months of free time, and I can, use that time to travel. Because when I will go back to France, I will get my job back, and when I will come back to Japan, I will have either a school, so that means like every day I need to go to school, or a job, and I will not have that amount of time to travel and do the things like I'm going to do it. So yes, I rent a bike, and I will
a motorcycle.
A motorcycle, yes, and I will travel like this. So yes,
that's the dream.
So
Sounds like freedom.
Yes, exactly. First time I do that in my whole life.
Yeah. So our journeys kind of overlap because I'm moving here and starting to settle down and start a life here as you're leaving the life that you already established. So do you have any advice for me? Because I'm going to start working in like 2 weeks or so. So I kind of need to use this time to travel like you are now. But do you also have any other advice for me as my senpai, my superior, for life in Japan, share house, Japanese,
I think
happiness?
the things that are really hard to get is the balance. For me, I think maybe because I really wanted to get the N3 level, so maybe sometimes I was like working too hard, staying at home too much, I don't know. So yes, I think that in fact you're doing well, like like you buy a bike, so you are going to visit a lot. Yes, trying to know the neighborhood, find the good spots. Like yes, for me, like yes, I think it's a good way to do. Like what kind of advice can I give it to you? No, yes. I think like the mindset of sort of living in the share house, like you need a little bit to be. I think as you are really neutral a little bit. And
too neutral?
No. I think it's a good thing, in fact, because we are 11 in the share house. We all have different kind of personality. Of course, there are some people you are going to match better than other. Of course, it's always like this. It's always work like this.
Can you
But
quickly explain what a share house is before we wrap up? Because I've never lived in a share house before. I'd read about it as a way to live here cheaply
okay.
and also, you know, meet Japanese people, make friends.
You don't have that kind of things in the US?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in
I've had
France too-
roommates, but not 11 roommates. You
Yes,
know what
of
I mean?
course. So in fact, so there is a lot of different kind of share house. So let's speak about our, and after we can speak about the other one. So most of the time it's like an agency that buy a big house. So in fact, our house is like 3 floor. So yes, like 11 room, and everyone are going to rent a room, like an apartment, in fact. So it's like a building, but there is share space. And yes, so we are living together, but at the same time, not really, because we all cook our food. So yes, of course, sometimes we try to make some event, like for instance, this Sunday is the barbecue and that kind of things. So it's a way, first of all, to encounter people, because from all over the world, because most of the time, like yes, it's really easy to access.
Yeah.
You don't have too much administrative things to do. It's really easy to get to have the room.
Yeah. All I had to do was send the money online through PayPal,
Exactly.
commit to staying here at least 3 months. Super easy.
So
Didn't have to buy anything.
Exactly.
All the appliances are here, furniture's here.
So I think that share house is different for that, because in fact the charge here, we have a lot of things that are included. For instance, we have yes, of course, the electricity, internet, and everything, but also, for instance, the oil, the shoyu, the soya sauce, the
cooking stuff, the
cooking
gas
stuff,
for the
yes,
stove, water's
exactly, the
covered.
gas, yes.
They even buy tissues and paper
Tissue,
towels,
yes,
and
toilet paper,
salt and pepper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of things. I don't know if it's like this for every share house, but this share house is we even have the powder for the
Washing machine.
washing machine. Yes.
I think we got super lucky with this share house.
Yes.
And we're in the living room right now where we have a projector, which I love, and with Bose speakers.
Yes.
And then we got a big dining room, another kind of dining room thing. The kitchen's awesome because it used to be a restaurant before, so the sinks are really
Yes.
deep. So it's a great kitchen. And then we got 2 washing machines, a dryer, a balcony to hang your clothes, 3 toilets, 2 showers.
It's really convenient. In fact, I never, like, every time I want to take a shower, maybe it's happened one time in 10 months that the 2 shower was using at the same time. You know, we are 11, but it never happened that when I want to take the shower, for just one time maybe, I cannot, because it's under using.
Yeah, it's being used. Yeah,
It's being used.
I was surprised as well. I was like, oh, there's only 2 showers. There's 11 people. Like
Yeah.
what? But everyone has different schedules, and I think people know, and so they take like a quick 10-minute
Yes,
shower.
exactly.
Or something.
So that's really convenient. And so this one is like, we are 11. I think, to be honest, why I chose this one, because for me it's the perfect size, because as I told you before, you cannot be friend with everyone. Of course, it's the goal, you know, like it's the best if you can be friend with everyone. But everyone have its own personality. You can see, like here, there are some people that don't really want to talk. Some people are really talkative, so it's really
Yeah.
changed. And because if, for instance, there is smaller, for just 4 people, so smaller share house, like an apartment. So maybe, like, if you are not lucky, you can have only untalkative people, and
So you're stuck with like
yes, and just
3 people that
exactly
you don't like.
you don't like, and maybe yes, it's not really nice.
Here with 11 people, you have a higher chance
Exactly.
of at least 1 or 2 people.
And you have the higher level. You
Yeah.
can have, like, if you see, like in Osaka, there is other house, like for instance, I think Orange House. I don't know if you.
There's Orange House, there's Oak House, there's a bunch of big companies.
Yes, it's like maybe more than 20 people. And what I don't like, for instance, what I didn't choose the Orange House, for instance, is because in every room they have their own stove.
Stove?
Stove, yes.
For cooking?
For cooking.
Oh.
So that's mean, like, if you want to stay only in your room every time, you can.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, why I choose to came in a house, of course, because it's really convenient and cheap, but also to meet people, because you know, like I wanted to meet some people. When you came here alone, of course, you want to make some friend, you want to to go out with some people. You want to make connection. We are human. I think it's a human thing to make connection with people. So yes, and you are even bigger than that, like maybe one more 100 people. It's really industrial things, and you are really small house, a small room, and share space, but it's really industrial things. So it's also exists, and there is some party that are organizing. It can be fun too because there is a lot of people. I don't know what is the mood, but it's not like what I like in this house is like it's really family.
Family oriented.
Yes.
Yeah. We don't have tons of events that maybe a big share house would have, like a party every week.
Yes.
But it's nice that, you know, if I put on Netflix and we want to watch some Terrace House, maybe one or two other people join.
Exactly.
Or like this Sunday, it seems like maybe once a month there's like a dinner or barbecue, whoever can joins. So it's very chill.
Yes,
very
it's chill.
Friendly.
And chill, and it's up to everyone to make the events. That's why maybe we don't have, because for instance the big one, I think maybe the agency that are managing the share house try to you know like to create some events for the people to meet and everything. Here it's up to everyone. That's why, you know, like it tells me I'm leaving, so of course I'm not going to live like this. So I wanted to do something, but for the anniversary, for that kind of things. But after that, like if you say, oh, this Saturday night, like you want to do something in the share house, I think most of the people are going to be in.
Yeah. Would you recommend people to try living in a share house if
Yes,
they
of
decide
course.
to move?
It's an awesome experience.
Yeah.
Yes, of course. To be honest, yes, it's because for instance, I went to the school, and at school the only problem I have is like I'm already 29, and most of the students are around 18 or 19 years old. You can find some people with the same age than you, but it's not that common, because most of the people coming to the school, it's for, you know, like they're coming from, for instance, Vietnam, Bangladesh, Taiwan, and they want to come to Japan, maybe to live there a long time or to make the study here, so to enter to the university in Japan, and yes, so it's a little bit complicated to become really friend and close to someone that have 10 years difference. We talked earlier about the different generation.
Yeah.
Yes, it's complicated to have a good friend with 10 years less than you. It's complicated.
But so here we're all kind of the same age.
Yes,
late 20s,
exactly.
early 30s.
And people are already living by their own, so maybe they are more mature. I don't know.
Oh, that's true.
Yes.
Yeah. But it's cool. We have one American, moi, and then 3 French guys, a guy from Spain, 2 girls from Vietnam, and then 4 people from Japan.
Yes.
So, but the only sad part is now that I've been here more than a month or so, is then people start to leave. So as soon as you start making, you know, connections,
yes, you know, like at first it's really, that's the bad point of the share house, is like when you see the people that you really like leaving the share house.
Yeah.
It's really painful.
That's what you're doing to me right now, bro.
Sorry, bro.
But I'm excited for the next step of your journey in Japan. Like next time you're gonna come back, move to Tokyo. You're looking for work.
Yes, I hope so.
Yeah, but we'll keep in touch, and I'll go to France one day. But I'll be excited to see you back in Japan.
Yes, of course.
As soon as you can.
We will.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks,
for the talk.
bro. This is awesome. Loved it. All right. Sayonara.
Sayonara.